Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, Soup for the Soul Tarot. Sorry, I'm just kind of adjusting this a little bit. Let's see if we can. Maybe that's the best we can do here. Anyways. Alright, so I'm actually going to continue on doing readings for the planets. So I did Saturn. I will be posting that if you want to check out Saturn in retrograde reading, okay, on my YouTube channel, Soup for the Soul Tarot, which is in a link in my bio if you want to find me. Check it out. There could be relevant or important messages there for you. But in this reading, I'm going to concentrate on the transit of the sun, okay? And kind of tune into what the sun wants us to know and how the sun is affecting us collectively, okay? Maybe this is going to be more directed to a certain group, you know, maybe how the sun's transit is affecting a certain group here today. All right. So, again, take what resonates and leave the rest for somebody else. All right. Start with these career oracle deck. I'm going to start with this, okay? I'm going to work my way to the tarot. Let's see what's going on with the sun energy here. How is the sun's transit influencing the collective here? All right. The card that came out here is cutting ties. It says, you may need to leave your current position and look for something better. Ending a job doesn't mean burning bridges. Go with grace. Such a beautiful card. Bottom of the deck, we have journey. You may move to a new place for work or travel. For work, exploring the world gives you the experience you need to succeed. Wow. Okay. All right. So it's kind of interesting here that we're doing a reading that's focused on how the sun's transit is affecting us. And then we have the pyramids here. All right. So in Egyptian mythology, the sun had a very powerful impact on their culture and therefore their belief system. Okay. Agriculture was a very important component, you know, to living in this civilization, as well as, you know, all civilizations really. But it was something to highlight for Egypt. Okay. So the sun was really important, and they worshipped the sun. So I may be wrong, but I believe it was the god Ra that represented the sun. All right. But anyways, the sun's current transit may be asking us to take a look at where we are in our career path. Maybe take a deeper look at our jobs and asking us, you know, maybe it's time for us to move on. You know, and this doesn't have to be tomorrow. You know, you don't have to quit your job tomorrow, although maybe someone here might. But I'm personally someone who is a proponent of planning. You know, so before you completely cut ties with a job or quit a job, definitely have something lined up And, you know, as this card says, ending a job doesn't mean burning bridges. Go with grace. So, you know, maybe keep that in mind as well. You may need to use this current job as a reference, you know. So keep that in mind. You don't want to burn all bridges here. Unless you're sure maybe you don't need it, but I think that's never a good idea, at least ideally. But yeah, it doesn't necessarily have to mean tomorrow or the next day or this week or next week. It could be just knowing that this chapter in your life in terms of this career or this job is over. And maybe within the next year or two, you're planning on leaving this behind. You know, and I feel like for many of you, you may be traveling to a new place or relocating within the next year or two. Again, I don't feel like this is something that could happen overnight. I feel like just this realization that, hey, you know, I think I'm moving on. I think that this is it. I don't think that I could be here or stay here anymore for many of you. Okay. So I'm going to pull a card from this archetype deck and see what other energies are we dealing with here. How the sun's transit is affecting us. Okay. You have too many cards here. I'm going to take the top and the bottom. Top card, we have Rebel. And I know the font is very hard to see, but it says, challenges authority to effect social change. Rejects spiritual systems that do not serve inner needs. Shadow is rejects legitimate authority out of anger, rebels out of peer pressure or fashion. Some of you guys really do want to just snip this cord and say bye. And maybe because you're just like, I'm just not happy. I just don't want to do this anymore. But I feel like there's some discretion here about being hasty. Okay, so let's read this card first and we'll go into that. We have Shapeshifter. This card came out in reverse, and I'm just going to read the shadow for this. This says, projecting any image that serves your personal agenda in the moment. Okay, so yeah, I feel like be careful about your temperament. Okay, especially if you know you're the type of personality that will and can just walk out in anger or lash out or react on a whim hastily, you know. And in retrospect, maybe you've seen this as a pattern in your own life, but usually there are regrets that come with that. And usually it's not a good look. So not that you're necessarily the type of person that is concerned about looks, because from this energy, it definitely seems like that is the last thing on your mind. But again, I do feel like, you know, there's this energy here of remembering your own values, maybe how you were raised, having more of a moral compass here, and understanding that, you know, as humans, you know, we do reserve some level of respect just as a human being. Maybe some people less, maybe some people more, but I definitely feel like how you handle the situation is more reflective of you as a person than the other person. And again, there is that baseline of respect that you want to honor, that the cards are feeling really strongly here. Okay. Again, not that you necessarily care about any of those things, and that's, you know, That's your own journey. That's, you know, your own temperament. That's fine. Everybody's entitled to believe what they want to believe, and everybody's entitled to, you know, their own free will. But, yeah, you're very headstrong. That's something that's coming in here. Whomever I'm talking to, I feel like this is narrowing in now on maybe a specific person or a specific group. I'm going to try as much as I can to widen the scope here. But whoever I feel like I'm being narrowed in on, you're definitely somebody that does not like to listen to authority. And you're definitely somebody that does things your own way. Anyways, but on a more general note, this is realizing for the larger collective here that it's okay to deviate off of this path, or to take a different path, or to be open to something new. That's completely okay. There's something liberating about this as well. And you're not somebody that, or again, let me try to keep this broad. This is not a situation where you are learning this out of a textbook, or in a school environment, although some of you may be thinking about going back to school. And but I feel like this is more of, I'm a free spirit, you know, this earth is my school, you know. So yeah, I definitely feel that energy coming through. Anyways, I need to pull another card here. So yeah, of course, the sun, right, is very independent in general. So again, there's this energy of wanting autonomy, you know, wanting independence, or wanting to go your own way, you know. Because at the end of the day, this is your journey. But again, there's ego here that needs to be tempered. So don't be hasty. Alright, anyways. We now have rejoice and celebration in the reverse. And we have heartache and loss in the reverse. In some ways, I feel like these cards are kind of unexpected, because you're so sure of yourself here. Or the collective here seems so certain that they're done with the past. They're done with this past commitment, whatever it is, you know, work, relationships, maybe an environment. But we then have rejoice and celebration in the reverse, which I feel like to me is, hey, you know, I'm not part of this group. I go my own way. I walk my own path. Like, I don't feel like I have anything in common with them, with this group, with these people. I don't feel connected here, you know? So the collective, okay, is no longer feeling emotionally connected or satisfied with this current situation. And you're not necessarily happy about this realization. I feel like there's some bitterness here, actually. Maybe you feel as if you have friends or co-workers, maybe even family members that have backstabbed you here. You know, there's definitely been painful losses, betrayals here, because maybe things started out good, you know. For example, like, you know, you celebrated the fact that you got this job. Maybe it's a job that you really, really wanted at the time because you thought, hey, you know, this is a way out, or I'm moving up in the world. Or for those where it's not a job and it's relationships, it's like, oh my gosh, you know, I found these friends, and I thought I was happy that this environment was for me. I thought I finally found people that were like me, or people that wanted to support me, or real friends. And it's finding out, like, you know, they kind of went their separate ways, or they didn't really stick around, or there were betrayals here. Just this past is gone. This is a desert. Something has dried up here, you know. And so there's this desert, and there's no water in this desert, you know, hence there's these cups in reverse. There's nothing more you can gain. There's no life for you here anymore. You know, there's a lack of vitality attached to the past, attached to this old belief that this is where I'm meant to be. And so we have these cutting ties here. And we also have 2 3s, by the way, as well. So 3s could be very significant for you at this time. 3 also is a very spiritual number, for those that don't know that. We also have shapeshifter here, which 3rd house, hello Mercury, as a shapeshifter kind of energy. So I feel like, you know, your mind is changing, hence why we have this mental conflict about where you belong. You're just developing a different idea of who you are in respect to these people. And that's okay. Again, the reminder is here not to be so hasty. And 3 also represents growth, expansion. A Jupiter energy actually as well. 3 is a number also ruled by Jupiter, for those that don't know that. So yes, it's about expansion, it's about growth. So in order to grow, you first got to make room for more, you know? Or make a room for improvement. Okay, so I'm going to dive into some tarot now. Thank you so much for the likes. I see you and I appreciate your support. Also, if anyone wants to donate to show support as well, I have a Venmo or Cash App. I greatly appreciate anything. I just appreciate anything y'all give. So, all right. The sun's transit here. How is this affecting us? Where is it leading us? Oh, okay, 4 swords. Okay, next card here. No, I just want the next card. This one's saying this is paired with this King of Wands. All right, I guess we're doing it this way. All right, then. Two of Wands in the reverse. The Ace of Pentacles. The Ten of Wands. And the Justice card at the bottom of the deck. Okay. Four of Swords. I'm hearing the word reprieve. You know, so you already know for certain that you're not going to stay here. But the real question is, where am I going? You know. And the King of Wands in this energy here actually isn't quite sure of himself. Has not yet, built this confidence. Despite his suit. Despite his appearance. Despite his position. So maybe it's a feeling of, hey, I gotta fake it till I make it. I gotta believe that I know what I'm doing. I gotta believe that I deserve this new opportunity, Ace of Pentacles. Maybe for some of you feel like the shoe doesn't fit. Maybe you haven't grown into it yet. But the shoe, this opportunity was just handed to you, or it's being offered to you in some respect. And Two of Wands in reverse, there's some fear, right? These pyramids are very large in stature. And so maybe you're thinking, wow, this is so overwhelming. You know, Ace of Pentacles, this is so overwhelming. This is such a big opportunity. Maybe you're going to like some kind of really big institution, you know, maybe you're getting this big job or big opportunity and you're like, wow, like how do I fit in? You know, am I good enough for this? Can I, you know, are people going to keep, you know, take me seriously? Am I going to be competent enough? So yeah, I feel like you're leveling up in the world, but there's fear of not being good enough as well. So there's a self-confidence issue within yourself. Ten of Wands. I do feel like this move is going to take a lot out of you. And I do feel like for a lot of you, there is going to be a literal move, whether it's just a small move, like you are literally just moving jobs and the job that you want is like down the street, you know? Or this could be you're completely relocating, which I feel like actually a lot of people here are relocating. I feel movement here. Okay, maybe within the next 1 to 2 years. Maybe 1 to 3, since we saw that 3 energy here. But yeah, I feel like there is big movements that are happening for you. And Ten of Wands, it is going to take a lot. It's going to take a lot of work and energy out of you. Okay. Also, maybe you also feel unsupported as well. Remember, I feel like you've cut off a lot of your old ties or connections, or they've just faded out into the background and they aren't part of this new beginning that you're having, you know? But even though this is largely overwhelming and this is a lot of work, I do feel like with this Justice card, there is this big payoff for you. This opportunity is your justice. This is the universe saying, you know, if you do the right thing, if you work hard, you do reap just rewards. You know, you do reap the fruit of your labor. And we were like, wow, like this is just more work though. Well, yeah, but you know, I do feel like this new opportunity is at least going to help you feel like there's something more to look forward to. There's a reason for going on. There's a reason for living. You know, you're growing, and that in itself, I feel like, gives humans a sense of satisfaction that we can't get from many other things, or from anything else even. We have to feel, in a lot of ways, like we are progressing. And I feel like you're actually progressing towards a more balanced and peaceful energy. So there's this relief, like this sigh of relief once you get here. Like, oh my gosh, I finally climbed this mountain, you know. I finally got to the other side. I'm so relieved. It's like, is there still a lot of work ahead of me? Yes, but I'm grateful that I finally made it here. So this is a benchmark moment for a lot of you that's coming up. So I'm going to pull one more card here, okay? And I feel like this is just going to be a card for you to kind of reflect on, maybe what this transit wants you to reflect on, or the transit of the sun, more specifically. This transit I want you to reflect on. We have fragment number 15. I'm going to read this card actually. Give me one second here. Let me find the booklet, which is right in front of me, of course. Number 15. It's right under my nose, right? Okay, anyways. It says, sometimes it seems that life is split into so many parts, all of them separate and difficult to bring together. Family, friends, work, study activities can all seem unrelated to each other. My child, you are always whole. Even if at times things feel separate and fragmented, that is only an illusion. Choosing the symbol reminds you that all the moving parts of your life are important. If the one you're asking about seems confusing, focus on one that brings you clarity. Be here now and know that I love you and see you as beautiful and whole, regardless of how disconnected things seem. Also, remember to take a step back when you're trying to understand something. You may be looking at only one piece of a giant puzzle, a fragment of the truth. See the big picture through my eyes, and no matter what, all is well. Okay, I'm just going to let you take from that whatever you will. And I'm just going to end this reading here. And again, I will be posting this on my channel, Soup for the Soul Tarot, if you want to check that out. And check out other videos I have posted on there as well. It may take me a little bit to post this reading, but I'll try to post it tonight. But yeah, anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Please check out the link in my bio for other services that I do offer. And if you do want a live reading in the future, I really look forward to that. And hopefully I can do that live for you at another time, since I can't stay tonight. I do have work tomorrow, so I do have to go. And thank you as well. Thank you for watching. All right, guys. I'll see you guys hopefully tomorrow. All right, bye.